Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here. So I think it's fair to say that Season 3 has been a smashing success. We've seen players return in droves, with the free access going out across the various platforms, and the overall attitude towards the game seems to be changing. I swear to you, I even saw a positive post on the Battlefield 2042 subreddit the other day. No, really, it's true. I've noticed on my own channel here on YouTube as well that comments seem to be far less negative, which is fantastic to see. You know, we always used to see those guys saying, boo, Battlefield's dead, why do you play this game anymore? And I think it's obvious that DICE are going in the right direction now. The new Spearhead map is great, the railgun is a super cool, unique, rewarding weapon, and the throwing knife, the new pistol, and the shotgun are all pretty neat as well. However, there is one little smudge on the otherwise seemingly pristine face of Season 3, and it's the railgun tank. Before we get started guys, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any future Battlefield videos. Thank you all so much for your support of late. We hit 38,000 subs, which is an insane number, and I just can't thank you guys enough for your support, so big cheers there. So I've put some decent time into this vehicle and I've been experimenting with how it should be played, but sadly the only effective way to actually use this tank is to sit back on a hill, preferably with some elevation, and snipe enemy vehicles across the map. This vehicle directly encourages this type of gameplay that you're seeing here in the background that most players despise. And make no mistake here, don't be fooled by the starting railgun. Once you unlock its bigger brother, the Maul railgun for your primary slot, this thing will one-shot Nightbirds, stealth helicopters, attack helicopters, and even two-shot transports across the map. It's that powerful. It has insanely fast velocity. You can see here I'm barely having to lead at all despite the distance, and I'm killing enemy helicopters right as they leave the spawn. Not to mention, it will three-shot any piece of armor, including the MAV. You heard that correctly, DICE have just implemented a vehicle capable of one-shotting helis right as they fly out of the spawn. Now let's be real here, okay? Nobody likes that sniper that sits in the spawn, completely safe from harm's touch, or that guy in the Wildcat who spams his AA cannons from the safety of his home flag. The railgun tank's gameplay loop revolves around the same sort of thing, and it caters to the same sort of player. Now you might say, well, you know, that's just your decision, Ghost, to play in that way. Why not just go and attack a flag instead and directly help out your team? So the problem with that is that the railgun itself is not designed to kill infantry at all. Whilst you're charging it up, you can barely rotate the turret. By the time you've seen a player, charged up your shot, he's already moved location. There is also very little splash damage, to the extent where you literally have to laser beam the soldier, otherwise you won't do any damage at all, so the railgun itself is useless in close quarters, especially against infantry. That means you are solely dependent on your LMG or HMG secondary and your gunner, should you be lucky enough to have one. Now if you activate siege mode, this increases the rate of fire of the railgun and it allows you slightly more movement of the turret whilst charging it up, but it comes at the expense of movement speed, so again, not a great idea for close quarters engagement, but very effective at long ranges. This tank is obviously favoured to be on the outskirts of the battle, beaming vehicles across the map, and that's pretty much all it's good for. Now I know some of you out there will be saying, well good, something to deal with those pesky helicopters, and that's all very well and good, but you can see in this footage here just how easy it is to stay on this cliff edge and completely dominate the air, and there is nothing the enemy team can do about it. All you need to do is throw down 2 Irish gadgets, and any TV missiles or other projectiles that come your way will be automatically shut down. I gotta tell you guys, I felt pretty pathetic just recording this footage. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't die once. Was it a boring round? Absolutely. Did I help my team out much and actually help us win the round? Definitely not. But the point I'm trying to make here is that this is clearly overpowered in this sort of situation, and as long as you can do this, there are players out there who will. It certainly feels over the past few iterations of the Battlefield franchise that we've been losing little bits of what makes Battlefield Battlefield, and this tank trivializes an age-old Battlefield skill, the art of sniping helicopters with a tank. Surely you guys must have had moments like that where you launch an RPG or shoot a tank shell all the way across the map and somehow, some way, it connects with a helicopter or a jet, blowing it out of the sky. You know, you jump up out of your chair and you can't quite believe that you actually pulled off that, quote, Battlefield moment. But now, here I am, casually pulling off those kind of shots in the railgun tank and sort of just yawning after them. Don't get me wrong, I think the railgun tank is cool. I was really hyped to hear that it was coming in Season 3, but it feels like it was implemented with little regard to its performance and place within the game. I really think we do need to see some nerfs to the damage, or if not that, nerf the velocity so you actually need some semblance of skill to hit targets at such a distance. I think the best way to balance this tank though would be actually to give it two separate primary weapons, one for each mode. So you would have the railgun only usable whilst in siege mode, and then a more conventional weapon that's only usable in mobility mode. Perhaps a little faster turret turn speed so you can actually stand a chance against infantry, therefore enabling it to be good at something other than sniping from the comfort of your base. At the very least, I really think they need to nerf the damage. Like, this thing one-shotting all the helis except for the transport, which only takes 2 shots, is just, it's just way too good for how easy it is and the distance it can be done at. However, that is just my opinion on the matter, so let me know your thoughts on this. You know, have you tried this tank out for yourself? Have you eaten a railgun round across the map and said, WTF mate, what was that? Leave those down below, subscribe for more Battlefield content if you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Cheers.